Right? Again, on the ES, targeting these two key levels. That's my draw on institutional liquidity for today. Right? It's the exact same thesis as yesterday. Right? This time we don't have a run below previous day low going into the session. So it's a little bit of a better setup. We haven't run that low yet. So that means, it's higher confluence in this case. There's more liquidity left on this chart. So yeah, in terms of hourly key levels, we can see that NASDAQ has priced in a bearish order block, which is an opposing candle in the distribution direction. Right. So on the sell side of the curve, up close candles are going to function as bearish order blocks. We also want to look to see if there's any sort of SMT inside of this lower time frame series up close candles. So let me do it. Make the visibility. This is our bearish order block on the 1 hour chart. We want to see if we form any short-term divergences with this leg. As you can see, we do not form any short-term divergences because both indices come in and sweep out this high. Now we may form a divergence above this high right here, which is going to be a 5-minute divergence, right, contained within that hourly order block, right? So again, how do we want to evaluate a change in the state of delivery? Well, we want to use our 3 criteria, right? We want to see what SMT at a key level, which is this inversion 4-hour PD array, or this hourly gap, for example, as well, right? Hourly inefficiency or 30-minute inefficiency. Then we want to see if we can get a displacement lower, change in state of delivery below here, and an inversion fair value gap contained within that leg, right? And you can see we had that inversion fair value gap right in here. So we have all the hallmarks of this being a strong change in state of delivery right here, and that's that hourly candle open right here. Okay? So what I'm looking for on the equities open is some manipulation higher back into the range. I'm looking at this PD array in here to offer that manipulation. And I can actually refine this now on the 5-minute to this area in here. It's that 15-minute inefficiency, right? Has an overlapping 5-minute gap, and it's inside the context of this hourly order block, right? So I can actually even refine that order block to just these candles here, because these opposing candles right here have all 3 of those criteria as well, right? On this hourly chart, inversion fair value gap, displacement, strong close, and SMT. Okay? So we're going to be studying those components of an order block. And I believe Yusuf's supposed to be streaming today. He might have just slept in though. He's just a kid. Allow him. Thoughts on StatMap? I use it occasionally. I experiment with it. It's not an integral part of my my trading, I would say. I more or less just use it when there's when there's obvious levels that overlap. But I wouldn't say StatMap is something I regularly use, to be completely honest. But Josh and 2 Degrees are an awesome team. So Zero, if you find their tools helpful, by all means utilize them. Right. So you can see on the NASDAQ, there's the order block. On ES, there is no order block priced in here, right, until much higher. So we have this order block up here, right? Again, this is showing a lot more bearish distribution on ES as opposed to NASDAQ, which makes sense because we have relative weakness on the NASDAQ, or on the ES rather, right? Failure to take out previous day high, SMTs forming on this side of the market, a bearish SMT forming at the high, and a bearish SMT yesterday forming at the previous daily low. Right, and obviously we have this really, really clean draw on liquidity. Remember, my eye's been here for the past couple days. So again, same look as today. I'll be looking for sell side liquidity, right? I'll try and structure a trade thesis in that direction. Again, RTH gap, that's a concept used frequently by the engineer. He's a trader. I don't frequently use RTH gaps as well. I'm simple with my analysis for the most part, guys. I use swing highs and lows and inefficiencies. I also use opposing candles, order blocks to deliver from swing highs and lows to inefficiencies, right? Those are order blocks. The up close candle NQ has been invalidated. Is that correct? What do you mean invalidated? This is this one. This is a bearish order block, right? Sorry, the FVG bullish one on the hourly, has that been invalidated? Let me take a look, maybe. I don't see a 4-hour. I don't see an hourly gap, but I think you might be speaking about this 4-hour gap. Yeah, right. This 4-hour gap, I'm anticipating based on the candle closure through the consequent encroachment on the Nasdaq, and also based on the order flow on the ES to fail. This 4-hour inefficiency, I'm expect to offer it to fail, to not offer fair value. Therefore, the low that puts in the inefficiency, right? IRL that creates the ERL in this case is going to be the DOL, right? Sorry, I said that in reverse. ERL that creates the IRL will become the DOL once price fails to offer fair valuation inside that gap. Right, this is the idea of ranges and displacement ranges offering either a continuation or a reversal of that range, right? And when price fails to offer fair valuation inside of one range, displacement range, then we can say that price is moving from external range to external range, right? So ERL becomes a drawn liquidity. This is range dynamics, and then we do not expect this 4-hour gap to offer any support. Right, because price is always delivering to a swing point. It's using internal ranges and opposing candles, known as order blocks, to deliver to those external ranges. So when we get a failure of an external range, it's a telltale sign that the opposing side of the range, right, is going to be the drawn liquidity. When we get a failure of an internal range of liquidity in a displacement range, yeah. Now, the 4-hour candle hasn't closed yet, and it won't close until 10 a.m. So we don't necessarily know if it's going to give us a large wick, for example. It's possible, right? But at the moment, still focused on the external range lows. Previous day low, daily double bottom, BISI, and weekly BISI. Right? Sell side liquidity draws. Now what I'll do is I'll wait for equities open, and I'll wait for that PD array, right? I want to see price come back into this 15-minute gap. If it doesn't, it might be a breakaway gap, right? We're ratcheting off the order block on Nasdaq, and then I might not get a fill. But again, I need some sort of internal range of liquidity as a level to get involved in price. Right. Generally speaking, I'll wait for IRL, and then I'll use an order block as a continuation from that internal range of liquidity. But for me, the safest option is just waiting for an internal range of liquidity to trade a confirmation of a continuation. I'm also going to wait till equities open. That's just a rule I have for myself, given the past 2 weeks of price action. So if we come in below this liquidity before the equities open, then I'll look to trade a reversal back into the range. I'm going to also quickly give a call to Yusuf to see if he's up, because he might have something going on. You want to stream today? Dude, no worries, no worries. No worries at all. I've slept in lots of times. Don't worry, it's a part of the game. I don't mind doing the stream. Okay, cool. Whenever you're on, I'll just hand you over the stream. Cool, cool. See you. Peeps. He's new to this, okay? He's new. I've definitely slept through my streams before. That's totally normal. It's a part of the game. You're fired. Nah, never those. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna make a quick coffee. I'm gonna wait till after 9:30, regardless. So we have 15 minutes, and hopefully Yusuf will be back by then, so he can deliver the stream. I'll raise my standing desk. Try and sit a little bit less. All right, actually, back momentarily, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm back, Yusuf. I was just making a coffee. I've done the top-down analysis with them. I'm gonna put you onto stage. Give me a second. I'll set up a role for you, Yusuf, as well, so you don't have to request to speak. I'll put you like as an analyst in training role or something like that.
All right, cool. Can you hear me? How's my audio?
Good.
It's good? All right, cool. 1 second. Firing up my broker. Hey, he stepped away. All right, okay, cool. But this is the leader account. New mic? Nah, I'm just last time I was using my just like some other mic I had. I'm just using the computer mic now, so I don't know if it's like sounds better than last time or not, but oh, this is better? Okay. All right, cool. All right. 1 second. Getting my charts up, and then I'll start sharing my screen. Yeah, sorry guys, I slept in a little bit. I got home a little bit late.
It's okay. It happens.
The melatonin put in a little bit too much work.
Don't worry. We'll be trading every day for the foreseeable future. One day, it's all good.
One day it's all good. All right, let's do it.
No one day defines your trading career, Yusuf. You know that.
And the funniest thing is, I care so much more about this in actual school, so it feels a lot worse that I slept through it than like a college class or something.
Exactly, Yusuf. You're fired, actually.
I'm fired. I'm assuming we're just gonna short this to the ES equal lows. I can't really see anything else here out of this range. There's an SMT at the highs.
Yeah, I walked through the top
Um,
down with them. If you want to annotate your charts quickly, and then you can share your stream as well.
yeah, I'm gonna quickly put some pick on my charts and then share my screen. Uh, I mean, I really don't have anything else on this. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll
those
share.
ES equal lows. We got that 4 hour
Yeah,
divergence yesterday.
I don't really have anything else to. There's nothing really else I see on the chart other than these ES equal lows. But yeah, I'll probably maybe I'll trade ES today. Maybe I'll trade ES.
Join the dark
Yeah,
side.
yeah, I might have to. ES looks a lot closer to the draw than yeah. Nasdaq has that low there, but um yeah, I'm just gonna short the ES equal lows probably.
Yeah.
Let's see on the 15. Yeah, probably this 15-minute city on 9:30. Look for that retracement. Take it down. After some structure. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. New York opens right there too, so that's a nice time and price level to look for. If we start displacing like too much away from it though, maybe we want to leave it as a breakaway, but I'd prefer to not, you know, I'd prefer to see that get rebalanced. And
Yeah,
it is
not short in such
yeah,
discount.
yeah.
There's a
It is
question
like
from
a little bit
AB
just
saying,
in the range. What's your
when
question?
looking at a PD rate to be invalidated, do we need to see a candle close on that time frame? It's a great question. Now, the technical answer is yes, because wicks can be, aggressive and they can be extended. However, the better answer probably is that the intermediate time frame to that PD array will give you some sort of structure or some sort of insight before the candle closes, right? So when you're looking at a higher time frame array, maybe a swing point, a fair value gap, you can align yourself with a lower time frame. For example, a 4 hour into a 15-minute chart will give you an early indication of whether that PD array is going to support price or not. For example, on my chart here, this gray box is a 4 hour bullish fair value gap, okay? As you can see, as price moves into this fair value gap or area of fair valuation, right, we do not get an associated bullish response on the indices, therefore making it very likely that price will not find support inside of this inefficiency, right? So it tells you earlier, quote unquote, before that 4 hour candle actually closes, what the actual market structure is doing on the lower time frames. So the answer is it depends, because technically speaking, from a purist standpoint, you're going to always want to wait for candle closures. But from, a multiple time frames analysis standpoint, you can actually go in and actually analyze price on that intermediate time frame to see if you're going to get that reaction that you expect. Great question.
Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that. That was my alarm.
Yeah. So I would say I would suggest using the associated time frame on the intermediate chart to gauge whether a PD array is offering support or resistance. Um, Understanding that wicks happen. And sometimes you'll get large wicks that will look at one point in time to be, for example, like bearish structure that will fully reverse within a few maybe minutes, or a quarter of the candle left in time, right? So maybe 3 hours passes and this 4 hour gap looks like this, and then the last hour it rips up higher, and the 4 hour candle actually ends up looking like this, something like this. Right? And this is very possible. And we've seen this in price action, right? So again, it depends. Truly, it does exactly like yesterday. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And on many days where you see large extended wicks, lower time frame, that is a one point in time structure that's being put in against that wick, right? Lower time frame wicks are higher time frame inefficiencies because the market displaces back up against the direction of the wick. Since how long has Yusuf been studying with me? Probably a year and 5 days, right, Yusuf?
Yeah, actually a year and 5 days. Yeah,
1 year,
year and
5 days today. Crazy.
very, very crazy.
How do you calculate your position size? You're going to want to use the position sizing tool like this. Go into here and set your risk. So, for example, if I'm in a short and I want to risk $300, I'm now going to be given an associated quantity, right, based on where I drag my stop loss to. The profit will not matter. It's based on the stop loss. This quantity is the number of minis you can use. So if you are trading micros, you're going to adjust that stop loss, right, to 9 micros, for example, or 1 mini, right? This is the quantity of minis you can use. So same thing with your long position tool. You're going to want to go in, adjust your risk to a dollar amount. That's a percentage of the equity you're willing to risk. And the quantity shown here, QTY, based on your stop loss, is the number of contracts you're able to risk. Okay, so we got equities open in about 5 minutes. I think we're all looking for roughly the same thing. Yusuf, you want to turn your stream on?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think you have to stop sharing yours.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Cool.
So 0.8 mini contracts is 8 micros. Yeah, precisely. 0.8 minis is 8 micros.
All right, you guys can see that, right? Can you guys see my screen or am I lagging out?
Let me see. We can see your screen. You're good.
You see it? All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, but I think based on what Afiz was just saying, yeah, we all kind of see the same thing. I can't really see anything else other than ESL side. This entire week has kind of just been a consolidation week. So I mean, for me at this point in time, the weekly profile is it's gonna be Thursday consolidation reversal. So either we get faked out again as ES goes down for another low and we take it tomorrow, or we take it today and then we reverse tomorrow, or we take it overnight whenever it happens.
Or we
But
take it today and we reverse today. It could be a midweek reversal, right?
it could also be midweek reversal. Yeah, that's also possible.
Reversal
Or it could,
profile will only be told when we get that change state of delivery from that higher time frame array. If
yeah,
ES fails to trade into the weekly array, I'll consider this week to be a void profile. And I won't long the markets until ES comes into that point of interest, essentially.
yeah. And then low 4 hour time frame, kind of same look. Lots of S&Ts on both sides. So we've just kind of been trading from ERL to ERL, and then yeah. So we SMT'd yesterday after we took the previous day's highs, and then also this last Thursday's highs. And then now we're just trading again back down to the range. So ERL to ERL. So we're just kind of looking for a retracement on 930 and then continuation down. So yeah, structure in the 1 minute gap, and then I'll be shorting it down to those ES lows. For me, that's going to be like SMT SysD, retrace SysD. I'll add my first couple contracts. I'll wait for it to kind of move in my direction, and then I'll add the next two. But yeah, that's the game plan. But yeah, fireworks in 2 minutes, and yeah, what's this guy at? But he is at
Is NQ
142.
high resistance and ES low? NQ is a higher resistance sell side liquidity draw. Yeah, simply because
Yeah,
you're seeing that ES is forming bearish SMTs on both sides of the market, making lower lows with wicks and lower highs with wicks, right? So yeah, in this case, and also it's a more obvious draw. The 4-hour draw in liquidity for ES is about as good of a draw as you can get. You have a daily double bottom, a weekly inefficiency, a 4-hour double bottom, or a triple bottom maybe. It's about as good as you can get, honestly, for a draw in liquidity. That's high confluence. Nasdaq has that high resistance liquidity run condition at that same level. So yes, Nasdaq has a weekly gap as well, but it also has a high resistance liquidity run condition near that weekly gap, or has a weekly volume imbalance, you could say.
and
Um,
ES also is just a lot closer to its draw than like
mhm.
Nasdaq is to like this swing low here. So
Yeah, and we can look at and analyze the market last week and showed that Nasdaq made a higher resistance liquidity run at the sell side by forming a stop hunt, right? Where ES put in equal lows.
if it is a consolidation reversal of fees, I wouldn't even be opposed to seeing Nasdaq just come all the way down and rip through these
Yeah, yeah,
lows
all
here.
that LRLR. Yeah, yeah. Look
Look
at
at it.
that market analysis picture I sent. It's all like very weak lows. It's weak lows because those lows are created in context of that SMT with ES that was formed, but then ES took out that previous weekly high, right, on Thursday last week.
Yeah,
So they're weak lows. They're weak lows because ES ripped, took out that high, and then closed back in the range, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and ES has not made a new all-time high since last Thursday, right? Which is very telling. Remember, all-time highs create all-time highs. So a failure to displace the range and create all-time highs is quite telling about price and order flow.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
so
I'm gonna
here's the
take
open.
a 1 minute look for SMTs. But let's see who wants to trade into the gap first. All right,
So
that's
Nasdaq
what
just
we'll
hits the gap right there.
Nasdaq hits the gap. We got an SMT with Nasdaq. Let's see if ES also wants to trade into the gap. Yep, ES is also going for it.
ES puts in a double top. Let's see if we can run that. Beautiful, beautiful move on the open. Exactly what we wanted to see happen.
Nasdaq trading away.
We have a double top on ES. That could be our SMT level. I'm going to mark that out. I want to see if ES wants to run that liquidity, though. If not, that'd be our SMT inside the gap.
Looking very weak on Nasdaq.
I'm going to short my ES when this 1 minute change delivery state.
I will be doing so as well. ES has how far away is that draw? Oh, that's so close. Want to see what we do here.
No change in state yet.
Let's see if we want to run out that double top
Potentially, yep.
potential.
With the change in state delivery, I'll be shorting the ES. Simple thesis, guys.
I'm just gonna short it after it changes. I'm not gonna wait for a retap. That's because I think it's just gonna move away really
Yep.
fast.
Likewise, I'm also not waiting for a retest of that change in state delivery level, guys.
3, 2, 1.
I'm short the ES.
I'm also short the ES. 953, 923.
All right, this is a good setup. Performs that change state of delivery. We have that SMT inside the IRL. We do have a double top on ES. You might want to run that out, but still a good setup. Nasdaq looks a bit weaker. Order paired that liquidity. I'm watching that previous daily low as well on both.
Yep. Oh, Nasdaq.
The day we trade ES.
The one day I'm like, oh, I'll trade yes for the stream. Yes, yeah, why not?
Bro, it's poetic, isn't it?
No idea, man. All right, let's see. No, but I feel like I can hold the position a lot better than I could Nasdaq coming up to take that double top.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot better actually. Being up to
ES just moves slower. Yeah, it's less volatile.
way less volatile. Yeah. There's this high. I gotta do my annotation on ES, but I'm trading ES. But
Let's see if ES wants to run that double top.
what does it look like on the 5-minute chart? 5-minute change in state. That would have been cool if it failed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting
Yeah,
because
let's
ES got the bullish one and then
Nasdaq got a bearish
Nasdaq
one.
got the bullish one. So let's see what happens. Well, look at this 50-minute chart. Looks good still.
Yeah. So I'm allowing the opening range to play out, dude.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Again, good looks, good trade, outcomes consequential.
Just a data point.
Exactly. This could be 2 days in a row we get like a random reversal, or not a random. We just get a manipulated series of price action, right? It happens. Totally.
Totally possible. Let's see this. I wonder what the YM is doing. Oh, the YM is inside of its weekly internal.
Yeah. I don't really look at YM too much these days, to be honest, dude. I've realized that like the times I
Doing
look
the
at
same thing.
YM is kind of a red herring because when it supports my thesis, it's good, but many times it doesn't. I just kind of ignore it. So I feel like that's inconsistent to do. I was
I
talking to
just
a
like
guy named
penny
you
stock
know
move.
Kiko? You know Kiko from T-Trade server? Me and him were like we were on like a Discord call and he was like, dude, the number of times YM doesn't actually form the SMT and you just don't look at it. I'm like, it's so true. I couldn't even argue. I was like, yeah, I use YM so cherry picked. I was like, it's so yeah. I may as well just not. Even ICT doesn't use YM really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna chill on this 5-minute chart.
I'm okay with price running into those equal highs as well. Like that 15-minute array is where I'm structuring this idea around. So
Yeah.
that SMT has the time frame alignment. It has that change of state of delivery. Let it see if it wants to run those equal highs. Again, guys, these are nothing more than just data points, right? We're executing on the same model, right? Every day. If you notice, we do the same thing every day. So like win or loss, they're just my stop loss is gonna be a 15-minute invalidation key. This 15-minute PD array is my stop loss. We close through it with displacement, then I'm out.
Closure
I
through
want you
is
to look at that. I want you to look at that breaker that we form key at like around 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. That's my hard invalidation. I don't want to see that breaker get closed through, right? I mean, your name's the breaker, babe, so I had to say that. You already know. If we get another change in state, guys, I'll probably add to my position.
yeah. I'm also gonna start. I'm gonna add another two.
How many did you take originally?
I only took 2 original. Same thing I'm doing on Nasdaq. I don't know if I should have gone heavier on ES or not, but
Yeah, it depends on your risk management. Yeah.
I didn't have time to like change the little short calculator tool to like what
Our
my actual.
Johnny, our entry was when ES shifted delivery state. So 5868.5 was my entry. My entry was actually 5868.25 was my entry. Market makers are scared of Yusuf. I know, right? Whenever Yusuf streams, they do a little bit of funny stuff, don't they?
A little bit of funny business going on.
I'm probably not even gonna take partials at previous day low though today, guys. If
No,
we
I'm
induce
holding.
that level again,
I'm holding straight to weekly ERL. If we
5850, yeah.
I'll cut it, but
If we're wrong and it wants to reverse again back into the range, I'll obviously just take a losing trade. But if we go in the direction of the draw, I am not taking partials today. Just personally speaking, not taking a 2R partial, for example, today. Because for me, the draw is very clear. So on these days, if it delivers, whatever day it delivers to the draw, whether it's today or tomorrow or Friday or next week, I'm going to be holding to that draw. Because that draw for me is a high confidence draw.
I do want to see if Nasdaq wants to hold this gap. ES has a SysD, but not too concerned.
NASDAQ created an inefficiency, which is much better.
Which is a lot better, yeah.
A lot better, yeah. That SMT double top should be the level that holds for ES, though. If we get bearish distribution from this price leg. If it wants to make a higher price leg, then it's not going to hold.
All right, that doesn't matter. Nasdaq just inverted that.
I think Nasdaq, if anything, will come up and stop out those highs again. That's why I wouldn't short Nasdaq today. I'm actually okay with Nasdaq sweeping out that high again. I'm okay with Nasdaq trading higher, actually. Like, this is one of those days where I'm completely okay with Nasdaq doing its own thing, because ES has the very obvious draw, right? Not Nasdaq. So Nasdaq could even consolidate while ES trades lower. And we've seen that happen before, right?
I had to blow my nose real quick. Sorry about that.
Fired.
Waking up every day with allergies, bro. Every single day.
Still? You still have allergies in October?
No, it's
Or
I
you got
just wake up like stuffy and it clears up by the end of the day.
Damn.
It's gonna be 78 degrees outside today at Fees in Jersey.
What is that in Celsius? What's that in Celsius? Like 24?
Oh God. I'm not. Hey Siri,
I think
can
it's
you
like
put
23, 23,
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, it's beautiful.
Something else.
If you guys have seen if you guys follow me on Instagram, you're gonna see I just chill at the park with my dog on days where it's like super sunny here. Cute. If you guys want to see mango content, follow my IG. We like go to this park in Toronto where it's like grass field for like a kilometer, and we just sit there and we chill all day. That's how I decompress from trading. Straight up. That's my secret.
ES looking a lot better than Nasdaq right now.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get this next change in state on this next 5-minute candle.
Yep.
All right, cool.
If we get a 5-minute SSD, would it be reasonable? Yeah. If we get a 5-minute SSD, that double top should be protected. Yep. Yep. Just waiting for that change in state, though, is a really good idea. So exactly what you just said, right? The change in state of delivery should mean that the short-term protraction has finished. If we fail to change the delivery state, the short-term protraction may have not finished. 853 is the final. 850 is my final TP. I'm only taking contracts off at 850, nothing else. So for me personally, there's no partials today, guys. It's 850. We have previous day low, and I'll be watching previous day low, of course. Say, for example, we come below previous day low, and then price tears through the 1-minute swing high that created that price leg. Okay, fine. I'm probably going to break even my stop. But if we don't do that, I'm not taking any contracts off.
Just kind of have to sit through this consolidation, but
Yep,
yeah,
should go. I mean, again,
it,
guys,
it'll break. Yeah, it'll
if we
go.
get stopped out, we get stopped out. It's just a data point, guys, right? I hope everyone is implementing the first 2 days of journaling. I'll do it again today with you guys, and I'll do it every day this week, and then I won't do it next week. So it's on you guys, right? If you're learning something from each of your trades, you're just collecting data points. That's it. Notice how, like, win or loss, there's still some satisfaction from the data you're getting. Like, you're getting actual physical data about your trading model. That's very, very powerful. It's very cheap, by the way. What I always say is that losses are your extremely cheap data sets. Because what did you pay for it? $200 to get a real point of data? That's going to be helping you forever to make thousands or tens of thousands or millions of dollars. You're paying a couple $100 for that data. Not bad. A lot of people would pay a lot more money for that in the real world, right? For a piece of data that can have the potential to make you millions of dollars. A couple $100? It's a good price to pay, in my opinion. I do all my back testing on TradingView. I do all my back testing the way ICT taught me to back test, which is just through TradingView hindsight charts. Right. And I just have lots of screenshots of my model just with historic data. I don't mind doing it in hindsight, like ICT says. It still builds the conviction in me. Because I'm honest with myself. Like yesterday, when I take a losing trade, I'm honest with the fact that would be a losing trade. And then I, like, for example, when I post my trade recaps, I say, yeah, I would do the same thing again, right? Because it's the same model. So as long as you're honest with yourself and you don't change your TA based on the hindsight data, then it's okay. Do it in hindsight. It actually is better because you get to do it quicker, I think. I know some people, though, are very large, like, advocates of backtesting, like backtesting software. I don't use it. I'll be back.
I tried to use FX Replay one time, but I just felt like the hindsight was a lot better.
Yeah. The only thing I'll add, like I'll say again, is like hindsight backtesting is phenomenal if you do not change your backtesting based on what the data, like what the real chart tells you, right? Treat it like you would just trade it without knowing the information, and then actually collect data, and you'll find you can get through like probably 2 to 3 times more like back tests. Like you can get through thousands of back tests using hindsight data, but you have to do it properly. And I have a full lecture on how I back test actually. Um, did I do that with premium or just with mentorship? I can't remember. Both ways, I'm gonna share it. I think I did it with just my. I think I did it with everyone. Yeah. So this is my back testing lecture. Give it a watch.
Yes.
At the moment, we
Pumping.
failed to ship delivery state. Yeah, on the 5-minute, we failed to ship delivery state, and we still have that double top. So let's see if ES wants to run that.
We did price did go to buy side then sell side first. Maybe we're gonna double purge up, but I highly doubt it.
I mean, for me, again, I will not trade long on the indices until ES takes that low. Yeah, ES. Yusuf does stop loss placement just like me. He does pretty much everything like me.
Yeah.
Right? We
same
use
thing.
SMT protected highs with chain of state delivery. So in this case, we're not going to jack our stop loss those equal highs yet. We have no chain of state delivery.
Yeah, if
So the
we had this
protraction phase of price, yeah.
Yeah.
The protraction phase of price is not ended. Maybe we don't know. We can't confirm that with market structure yet.
That's why you enter on a smaller number of contracts so you can sit through that. Otherwise, you're just you're taking.
You're gonna blow yourself out of the water before the trade even develops. Yeah.
Yeah. Give yourself a chance. Let's see.
This hourly candle looks good for distribution lower, by the way, as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. I like it. We might just be
Yeah, I
creating
like
this
it too.
hourly city We might just be
Yep.
creating this hourly civvy, like this unicorn. It also looks very good. That's actually that 875. I think that's right at those. Is that right
Mhm.
at those equal highs? 875 ish. It's a little bit above them. It's like right here. It's not a bad look. We
Right. If
might
we
just
come
be.
in, we retrace that civvy.
Yeah.
Could
Hey,
be.
we can DCA again. So if we get good structure,
This is true. Join the DCA gang.
DCA gang. Um, yeah, I mean that's also not a terrible look. I guess there's a this 4 hour civvy we'd also be inverting, so
Yep.
it's not a bad look. Yeah, we could just be waiting for that. Those out right here. That should all.
I'd actually be more happy with price creating this double top hourly fair value gap and then running into that fair value gap, to
Yeah,
be honest.
that'd be a lot better. It'd also be a lot.
Yeah.
It'd also look a lot cleaner than this right now.
Way
We'll get.
cleaner. I would, at this point in time, guys, I would prefer for us to consolidate for the next 10 minutes to create an hourly gap and then run into that double top on ES. So that double top, we have that 15-minute gap is going to be the low of that hourly SIBI. I would much rather see that now, personally. I'd be more bearish if that happened, to be honest.
This 5 minute chart looks like it wants to do that. So hey,
That'd
we
be
got 10
great. Yeah,
minutes.
that'd be
We'll,
great.
we'll figure it out in 10 minutes.
We also do have that SMT, so we'll have to see.
We could just make another one. ES has the double top, so maybe ES wants to go up a little bit higher. Maybe Nasdaq wants to leave it as a
Yeah.
breakaway. We'll see.
Today we're day trading, guys, for sure. Like, do you see how it's less stressful? Like for me, I don't give a rat's ass what happens in this range. To be completely honest, I don't care. I don't care if this comes up 7 to 10 points on ES and retraces. I'll just look to take another entry. Again, my
Exactly.
invalidation today is going to be at a higher time frame order flow, just like it was yesterday, guys. Same thing as yesterday, right? Nothing changes. Market conditions can be dog shit, for lack of a better word. Sorry for my language. It can be dog shit, and you got to deal with that as a trader. This is a nice reaction lower, though.
It is. Let's see.
Give me that 5-minute change in state, and I'll add.
Let's go with this. Yeah, if the M5 does want assist-D, that'd be pretty cool. Wouldn't be opposed to that. They just opened though, so. Let's see this. How many minutes we got? 8 minutes to close. If we can somehow get down to 865 also and close below there before the next 10 a.m., that's also a good look. But either one, we might be in for a deeper H4 open high if that's the case. But I think we'll just create this hourly.
I would
CP.
prefer to see this just be a breakaway gap on the hourly and expand based on that 50-minute SMT.
I mean, obviously, like we're in the short,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, of course.
we're in the shade,
Yes, of course we
yeah.
want to see a breakaway gap.
Right?
This is true.
10 a.m. There's yellow folder at 10 a.m. Yeah, maybe. Entered in way too many minis. Oh, geez. Probably cut it, man. Yeah. 9:30 consolidates, then 10 a.m. We'll have the move. Yeah, so this entire 6 a.m. candle was just kind of all right. 6 a.m. we open, we chop, and then we put in the high like at the like 8:15 ish, and then we distribute lower, and then now we're just closing up the candle.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't like a massive one, but still pretty good. What's the total point distribution? Still like good 100 points on Nasdaq. I gotta blow my nose again. This is horrible.
Five-minute order block did hold like a warrior on Nasdaq. Also, that hourly order block held very nicely on Nasdaq as well, and that 15-minute. Just gotta wait for it. Slow one today. Typically, it is slow when there's no news drivers. Has NQ changed in state after the SMT? Yes, it did on the 5-minute chart. It did indeed change state. Right? SMT here. Actually, no. Not really. Let's see. It has to be a lower time frame. We have to look at these candles. Technically, yes. Technically, yes, but it's still just kind of consolidating. Nothing looks too clean in here, I will say.
I'm gonna chill on this 5-minute chart. Best thing I can do for myself.
Like I said, I would really love to see us just doji this hourly candle, retrace back into that hourly gap, and then just straight rip lower.
Yeah.
That would be very nice. That'd be the order pairing that I want to see. Order pairing just means pairing buy stops in this case with the sell side liquidity, right? Brawny and LBJ. That's actually facts.
Hey, I was watching the game yesterday with my friends, and every time I think Bronny got like 2 minutes of playing time. He had like one rebound and one missed three.
You said we are Brawny and LBJ. You're just my son.
We
Nah,
might we
it's
might
more like
be.
brother. It's more like brother or Unk. Maybe I'm Unk. I'm
You're
Yusuf's
on.
Unk. Yeah,
You're
I'm
definitely on,
JR.
bro.
I'm
This
JR, and
guy
this guy.
this
This
guy
guy's
is what are you turning on the second 25?
25 on the 5th. Yes, sir.
Oh God. Yo, he's an uncle, guys. This guy's an uncle.
Yeah, Unk, straight up Uncle. Uncle fees.
Uncle fees, man. Coming back up high for this
My back pain will be justified then. I'll be 25. Let's just
25. Is that the cutoff limit for like okay, I have back pain now?
yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, 13 on the 4th. We share a birthday pretty much. I don't know what a Scorpio. I think Scorpio's a horoscope thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those the astrology star things, I think, like with the date of birth and whatnot.
It's cool. Do your
Do
angle
your angel
stretches.
stretches. Your dad's
Thank you.
telling you to do your angel stretches, man.
Thank you, Dad.
the consolidation above looks like a target. If we do go higher, looks good to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, we could also just wick that if we want to go. I don't know if we want to go that high, but
I don't want to see us trade through the hour. I don't want to
I
see us
don't
trade
want
through
to
the order block. Yeah, in the
I don't
hourly.
even want to see us go that high. I just want to see like an SMT with this like 930 high that we created, and then and then
Mhm.
trade back low inside that gap.
4 hour candles off were also closing through this inefficiency, right? So
Yeah. I mean, kind of looks like where's that path thing? Oh, I have it right here. It kind of looks like okay, like we're consolidating into the 10 a.m. open, and then 10 a.m. high into the gap, and then
yep,
look for distribution.
yep.
That's at least what I'm looking for.
That's what I'm looking for too. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So we'll see how well this plays out. But yeah, we got like one more minute, so let's figure it out. Cool. I'm gonna I'll keep the M15 Civi too. I'll just overlap it then. I don't want to make it too ugly, too much stuff on it. But right,
That high now is a double top in the open of the hourly gap. We'll see. I mean, I'm
that looks
okay with it.
so
Yeah, it's a low of that hourly gap that's forming. So I'm okay with it trading into it. I'm also okay with it not trading into it, but I prefer to obviously trade into it.
this 1 minute. Yep. Let's see. Just gonna chill on the 5 minute. Where's the invalidation? So it's still gonna be a 15-minute city for me.
Mhm.
Like closure through that. But if we do get a bearish M5 SysD, then obviously whatever SMT, if we decide to SMT again, but if we get a bearish M5 SysD, the stop would have to become that SMTI. But right now it's the 15-minute, just closure through the 15-minute PD array, and then we'll call it for that one, and then we'll reevaluate.
What an exciting New York Open, guys.
Amazing, most volatile we've had in a while.
Literally, look at this. Look at the price action for the past like hour. What an exciting New York session. Just straight, look at the 15-minute chart. Just straight chopping for the past hour. Just barcode PA exactly. Sometimes you just gotta laugh, guys. Sometimes you gotta look at the PA and be like, "Wow, I'm so excited. I was so excited to wake up and trade today," and then it looks like that, and you're like, "What the fuck?" It's like, oh, no one's having fun trading this.
Getting a little bit of directional movement here.
Yeah, that 15-minute gap could be the SMT.
That could be SMT, yeah. The hourly looks. I mean, we could just leave this as a breakaway. Yeah, it looks.
I mean,
Looks
it
good.
makes sense. Like I said, it makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, big drive lower. Missed that. Hopefully that's not a sweep. We'll find out shortly.
Yeah, I want to see that 5-minute changes to if anything, or else I'm assuming it's a sweep.
Yeah. Then sweep. Yeah. Then sweep back up makes sense.
Yeah. Previous day low is so close on Nasdaq too.
Very, very close. What are we? 70 points away from it. That's very close. T's and on this. Could just be another AM consolidation. And then we get the move yesterday. I mean, yesterday you had to be so patient because I mean the entire day was just the hourly candle getting set up.
Mm-hmm.
The entire day was just okay. This hourly candle. Okay, we have mop here. We have this SysD. You have to sit through that tap, that open high low close, and then the next one you have to sit through that. If you're bullish, you have to sit through the open low. This wick was so deep; it was into the 15-minute BISI. It was clean SMT, and then we just blasted off. But that was the trade yesterday. If you were,
Yeah,
if you were still,
I was out of equity by then, unfortunately.
I was out of that too. I was not. I was
I
not.
was max drawdown on the day. Feels bad.
I was able to save myself a little bit, like a little recoup a little bit, but yeah, it was rough look yesterday. Wow, Nasdaq looking heavy. Nasdaq's
Nasdaq
looking
is
heavy.
looking heavy.
This is what she does, man. This is what she does when you try to go to the greener side. When you try to look for grass that's greener, Nasdaq just starts dumping.
I might hop in Nas shorts. Close
I
my
might hop
ES.
in there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna close my
say
ES and just switch to Nas. Close my
Nas is
ES
not.
here and switch into Nas.
I'm gonna. I might wait for this M5 closure, but I mean, not Nasdaq clearly looks better.
Yeah. That previous day low, maybe.
Yeah. Let's
Yep.
see.
Yep.
I want to make sure Nasdaq isn't gonna sweep this low, but it looks good.
They can never make me hate you, NQ. So funny.
I can never make dude. I switched to ES just for like the stream, just for good looks, because it obviously looks cleaner. But
Yeah. Personally, guys, I'm in Nasdaq shorts right now to previous day low.
I'm gonna hop in Nasdaq.
I switched to Nasdaq shorts to previous day low, guys.
I'm also switching to Nasdaq because Nasdaq is clearly the better.
I just closed out my ES exactly where it was and opened Nasdaq, so it's the same trade, right?
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Yeah, I'm in.
They both are going though. I think ES will still go to its higher time frame draw. Nasdaq just looks heavier.
Nasdaq does just look heavier. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you just have to take most of them off when either one hits their draw. So.
Yep.
Finally going back to the Nasdaq chart. This feels a lot more natural.
home.
Oh, home. It's like coming back home from a long vacation and you finally get to sleep in your own bed, man.
Sleeping in your own bed again.
Sleeping in your own bed again, man. That's exactly what this feels like. Oh, beautiful. Amazing feeling. Yeah, this is gonna be the draw.
Yeah, previous day low, I'm gonna take one contract off, and then I'm gonna hold my next contract to wherever whenever ES hits its draw.
Yeah.
Look at ES now go. When we switch
also has this like kind of LR-ish look on the hourly chart. I wouldn't be opposed to it coming even lower until ES hits its draw. So, hey, anything can.
Yeah, we have that double bottom at 23.43.
Yeah, if we close below this candle low, I'll add another contract.
I like how the minute we short Nasdaq, ES just looks weaker. Dude, we can't win. We actually can't win. I've realized.
Can't win, man.
There is no winning.
Calm little doji. Let's see. ES is still a good 15 points away from his draw, which is a lot of distance for ES to cover.
That double bottom on Nasdaq at 23.43 looks so juicy.
Oh yeah. I was about to say I might also hold it for that.
Yep. Take one off at the previous day low.
Order
Yeah. I'll take one off at previous day low and then sit there and then just watch it go.
Nice.
Yep.
Taking one off there. Yeah, I'm holding, guys. I'm holding my rest of my Nasdaq till ES hits his draw.
I am also doing the same. Oh, dude, feels so good to trade Nasdaq again. Guys.
All right, I know we're not cheating on our baby.
Exactly. Actually, have no idea, man. Yeah, I'm holding NQ until ES hits its draw. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just
me
gonna
too.
hold position full size into it. Nasdaq does have these like hourly swing lows, like we were saying before. Looks
double
like
bottom, yeah, double bottom.
Double bottoms. Looks good. Good looks.
Looks so good.
Does.
All right, this is a good trade, guys. I'm already in big profits, so we're chilling.
Yeah, I'm sitting in big profits too. So good trade, good looks.
Good trade. Yeah, it's a good trade today. ES to that draw is like nice too.
Yeah. Dude, I'll finally have you remember how I was sitting on all those like profits from like the denied payouts from Apex? I can finally like access those without having that buffer have to be there because they got rid of it. Like now it's like the 30% rules like just payout to payout. So if the next payout period that disappears, and then you just have to show the consistency, which is pretty nice. So I'll finally have access to that too on the 1st of November.
That's so nice.
It's very nice. It's 1 minute. 1 minute Sibby's getting retraced. Let's see what happens. On ES2, same thing. So yeah, now we just have to sit there and just watch it do its thing.
Just watch it. There's no divergence, right? They both took previous day low.
Yeah. So if it is gonna happen on Thursday, it could just be another day of that's also possible. So let's see what happens. I'm very surprised we didn't take 343 though. I was really expecting us to take that double bottom on Nasdaq.
I think
It's
we
so
will.
close. Yeah. Let's see. Could we also have this 5-minute Sibby, so that's also like a thing. That could be
You could manipulate those hourly highs though too after previous day low.
Oh yeah. Possible. It's possible.
I kind of want to look to short ES now again too, to be honest.
US is also close to its draw. I'm just gonna stick. I'm not gonna switch over again, but
Yeah, you're sticking in Nasdaq.
I'm just gonna stick in Nasdaq and just short Nasdaq until ES hits its draw.
Yeah, I'm switching back to ES. I took my Nasdaq profits. I like ES hitting. ES hits that higher time frame draw, in my opinion, today.
It is a higher.
Now,
Yeah, it's a lot better draw than.
it's a better draw,
It's
but
just-
Nasdaq was
a
more
draw,
bearish
yeah.
into that low. Yeah.
I want to watch this 5-minute close. If
I don't like these previous day low sweeps that keep getting massive retracements. Like I just rather see a follow through.
it's it's the profile, bro. If
I
consolidation
know. Consolidation reversal.
it'll either sweep it and then miss the next one by like a tick, or it'll just not sweep it at all and just miss it by a tick. It's terrible to sit through.
It is. But that was a good trade. Decent trade into the sell side.
Decent trade into sell side, yeah.
That 1 hour gap on ES though now has equal highs, so I'm just
Yeah.
watching it.
See this ES hourly gap. Yeah, equal highs there. Could be like a sweep and then target.
Yep. If we're gonna consolidate today, that will be the target.
It's also not like a bad. I mean, there's no like SMT at the bottom.
There's no SMT at the lows, right?
Also, yeah, there's no SMT at the lows. So I also
There's
don't want
there's a 1 minute SMT. That's it.
That does not count.
Yeah. Yeah, it does not count.
The man's not here talking about 1 minute SMT. That doesn't count.
Hey,
that doesn't.
never know, bro. We get that 1 minute change in state though.
It does look like a good target though. It might
That hourly high looks very good. At least just to run
Yeah,
up against it.
we're in this 5-minute gap right now. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Close my infinity. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still holding my Nvidia call, so yeah. I think they're up like 210% or something now.
That's crazy.
Just fully boost. Puts did me justice. Good stuff. We're looking to add more contracts. How many left for my DTE? I have two. Two left. 2 contracts left. They expire in December. It's looking strong on the lower time frame inside of this gap.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like it wants to. Could be an AMD look too, right?
Yeah, I mean that double top on ES is a little bit suspect, I will say.
It didn't the 10 a.m. high didn't open high, like the open high dynamic. It didn't open high for us. It opened low instead. So that's also it's a possible look, but I don't know. I just prefer to be bearish here. It's
Of course. Yeah.
draw so close.
The
So
draw
close.
on ES it's very close too.
So close. Let's see if what Nasdaq wants to do to this gap. Anything's possible. I'm looking at the 5-minute 30-second right now, but still looks bearish, or sorry, bullish on the lower time frame. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how we treat this gap, to be honest.
Yeah.
That 1 hour gap, though,
Oh yeah, the 1 hour gap. Yeah.
that could be a draw. Mm.
All right, I'm gonna blow my nose and come back, and Nasdaq's gonna be at 0.
From 20,000 to 0.
Yep, in one candle.
Yep, there it is. God candle.
Man, why is it Nasdaq at 0? All right, this 1 minute looks bullish though.
I think ES, that sell side just makes so much sense, dude.
Yes, still looks weaker actually. Yes,
ES looks so, yeah. ES sell side makes so much sense today.
well, we can get some like short rotation into it, but we'll see. ES wants to go. Nasdaq's looking a little bit stronger. ES
Nah,
wants
this
to
short
go.
on that 15-minute SMT at open should hold. Give us ES.
Oh, we just had a
ES
short-term sweep. We just had a short-term sweep.
Yeah. Also, no, we had that 15-minute SMT right in that gap on open.
Yeah.
ES melt, bro.
I
Then come
do.
back to the range. Yeah, come back into the range after we take that draw. Come on. Come on.
No.
Yes. Do it for me. Do it for me once. Once in your life, just give me that LR 15-point candle lower right now.
Bad. Let's see.
Go invert this 1 minute fair value gap on ES too. That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
So nice.
Yeah, that SMT in the gap. Yeah, I do. I also want to see that hold. But the lower time frame on Nasdaq looks bullish. ES looks like it's gonna just go to that low, but we'll see.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. These days have been
No.
tough to read for sure.
These have been very, very tough reads. Just survive. Just
Because
keep surviving.
we're generating so much liquidity on both sides of the market, guys. That's why. It's not like it's like one directional liquidity generation. It's two directional liquidity. Like we're creating equal highs, equal lows. It's every low that gets swept. What did I say yesterday about high resistance liquidity runs? Every low that gets swept, we get a retracement back in. There's no like remember the days that are low resistance? You break a low, it doesn't matter. You just keep melting through it, right?
Yep.
That's the days where it's like
The money. That's the days where the money's
damn.
made.
Like ICT says, hot damn.
Oh, funny guy, man. ICT.
It's like butter, man, right? You melt through a low, it just keeps going. I want to see ES just completely melt, bro. Like, just give me that LR run we've been waiting for like 3 days. Let's do some stretches. Let me know if we start ripping higher, Yusuf.
I will call you back. I will call you back. 5 minute.
You get trading and yoga content here for the two for the price of one.
2 for the price. Yep. Exactly.
No one's doing it quite like us. You can never take it too seriously, guys. Right? When you take it too seriously, that's when you get hurt. Honestly, that's like the best piece of advice. When you take it too seriously, each individual trade, that's when you get hurt.
Everything should just be a data point. We're hedge fund managers. Everything just over again. Keep executing on your edge. We have positive expected value. Just keep slamming. Just keep slamming the trades as they come to you. And then just execute on your edge, and you will make money in the long run. Unless you truly have like a TA problem.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you have a fundamental model problem, your edge will manifest over several trades. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, many
and
trades.
if you're in here learning from me, you're not gonna have a fundamental TA problem. I'm telling you. The things I do work. I promise you they work. Look at Yusuf in the past year. How many payouts have you gotten? How much money?
20K.
There you go.
20,000.
Talon, I think Talon's sitting at like 14 grand. A couple of my other students are like 10 grand. It works, guys. It works. I promise you it works. If it didn't work, then people wouldn't get payouts. There you can't fake results, unfortunately. I mean you can, but they're not. You can't fake a payout. It's about trusting that edge. Trust what I'm telling you. I promise you I wouldn't teach it to you if I didn't truly believe in it. I'm not selling you like anything. I'm just telling you how I trade. Right? But buy my course, 2025. I can manifest. It does work.
Well, what the hell just happened to my mouse?
Buy my turtle soup course, 2025. Thank you. I would not, Smeg. You don't need to. Just stay here, show up to the streams, ask questions. You guys would be so surprised by just being in here and watching this happen every day, how much you will learn. Just sitting here while I talk over price, you will learn so much. It's honestly type of experience you can't replace. Like watching someone read price and reading price yourself and then filling in the gaps is something you'll never be able to replace. Make an options course? Yeah, I got to get more experience with options first. I won't, you know me. I will never teach something I don't have full understanding of because that's disingenuous. When I have full understanding of it, then I will teach it to you. Right now, I'm just kind of screwing around on options. I've done well, but like I have no idea how the Greeks work. I have no idea what contracts to choose. I'm low-key just screwing around, and I know that, and that's why I won't teach you yet. But I'll find out. I'm gonna learn from one of my, like, you guys know T-Trades. He's been doing options. He's gonna teach me a bit. So yeah.
Weakness on Nas. Like to see that.
No, this looks so good.
Let's see a dump now. Right to no resistance at all. Just go. Yes. Yes. Good. Come on.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
This guy said yes.
Positive affirmations only. We're manifesting this. You ever seen the guys at the casino? They like swipe up and down on the slots machine.
Yusuf just said yes.
Thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Let's see. We have an SMT at the lows. Anything is possible, but
nah. Now I want to see it go.
Now I want to see it go, obviously, but it'll go. It'll go. It'll go.
Will it? We have that inverse on ES that I was watching. That inverse on ES is what I was watching.
Yeah.
I want to see it offer resistance.
Yeah, that's not a good look for NASDAQ. That sweep. ES takes it, NASDAQ doesn't. NASDAQ's also a lot. So
ES is so close to that draw, guys. Now I want to see ES go. My look is 100% ES to sell side.
Yeah. ES, same thing.
I don't really care what NASDAQ. I don't care what NASDAQ does now. NASDAQ swept previous day low. I don't care. I just want to see ES go to sell side. This is looking so much like yesterday. Terrifies me. Just SMT formed a previous day low. Oh god. The voices.
Voices.
So you stop forming SMT a previous day low and not selling off to the obvious draw on liquid. Guys, look at the ES chart. I'm gonna send you a picture. Like, look how many higher time frame draws I have written out. Okay, I have daily double bottom, daily Bissy, weekly Bissy, 4-hour Bissy on that line. Read it. It's like 5 higher time frame levels, and I'm here like worrying about the 5-minute chart. Like, bro, just go. Just go to that crazy pool of liquidity on the higher time frame chart. Stop dicking around. You realize eventually that like all the lower time frame shit here means absolutely nothing because you have a weekly, daily, 4-hour draw. That's like the highest confluence draws. A weekly imbalance, a daily double bottom, a 4-hour double bottom, and a 4-hour fair value gap. Okay? And a daily fair value gap. Sorry, I forgot about that. If it doesn't go, ICT's broken. I'm gonna eat my shorts.
You're just gonna eat your shorts?
I'm gonna eat my shorts. Like, we are how many points away? 10 points away? Just go. Sometimes you just realize it's funny because like you can get so sucked into these lower time frames, you lose kind of salience of like what you're actually looking for and why you think it should deliver. Because for me, seeing these lower time frame candles, it sometimes doesn't make sense. Then you just look at a 4-hour chart and you're like, if price doesn't go here, that's like a really like massive failure swing of price, right? If you look at your ES chart and price does not go there, it'd be a massive failure swing of this price leg. And that's statistically, right? Probabilistically, it's unlikely. Now it can happen, obviously. Anything can happen. But you get sucked into the lower time frames, and then you sometimes forget what you're actually looking to trade. And it happens to me frequently. And that's why I'm not longing anything. I won't look for any longs. Like yesterday, I did not take any longs because until ES hits that, they're high resistance longs. And you can see that they're high resistance longs too. Even on NASDAQ, which forms that sweep, it's still a high resistance long because it fails to close above and then it immediately reverts the range. So we have news in 7 minutes apparently. Orange folder, Dom, or yellow folder?
I think it's orange.
This
Orange,
this
right?
inverse fair value gap is my point of interest on ES. I want to see this hold. You guys see that inverse fair value gap I sent? I want to see that IFVG hold.
Yep.
I got the call from Doji DD. He sent me the
Yeah, you
signal.
got the ball? Yep, this is what we're doing. This is the looks.
Doji sent me the signal. So, what's everyone's plan for the day after we trade? Any interesting plans for this Wednesday? Nice weather in
Sleep.
New York. Sleep? Nah, don't go back to sleep. Nah. Yo, Yusuf, are you coming to Vegas? I'm going
Dude.
to Vegas next week for my birthday, and I want Yusuf to come. Preparing for
As long as I
tonight,
don't have exams, bro, I'm good.
bro. Book it. Just book your flights.
Dude, I can do it, bro. What is
Just
it?
do
Like
it.
100
Just do it. Just do it.
bro?
Workouts
should
and
just-
studying. I
Uh,
like how Philosopher is just like preparing for our call tonight. Like, bro, so locked in. It's like preparing for my one-on-one with you, Afiz. That's what I'm doing for the rest of the day. That's elite. That's my student, guys. Let's go. That's that work ethic. Nah, I'm joking. That's awesome. I got a few calls. Let's see who I have calls with. I got one-on-ones with Eddie, Philosopher, Oscar, Carrie tonight. Nice. A good lineup. Good lineup of individuals. Yusuf doesn't really book one-on-ones with me anymore. We just like go for sushi in New York.
exactly.
Oh, how times have changed, eh?
Times have changed, man.
Remember the old one-on-ones? Oh, those are the good days.
You're like, Afiz, I broke all my rules. What do I do? And you're like,
Afiz, I blew my account trading PPI today. Else.
It's like, what do I do now?
I'm like, well, let's start by not blowing our accounts on PPI. Dude, the max loss, I'm telling you, the max loss changes people's lives. I think I got a message from Domi this morning. Talon told me the max loss on Rhythmic is a life changer.
Yeah.
Because you can't trust yourself. I can't trust myself. No one can trust themselves. But when you get locked out, pair that up with some what's it called? Cold turkey. Can't do anything. You're just hooped. And it'll make you take better positions. It'll make you take better entries because you know that once you get stopped out, you're hooped.
Yep.
All right, 10:30 news, 3 minutes. Still chopping in this range. I think NASDAQ might want to sweep that short-term high. I'm still very bearish on ES. These candles look bearish. The 15 doesn't look as bearish if it wicks much higher.
We have another 5-minute gap on ES.
Let's see. Oh yeah, small one.
Yep.
Yep. We'll see. Tradeovate won't let me take profit. That's really weird. You can manually do it on your broker, or on your Apex, I think, like manually close out.
Yeah, just hit flatten. Just flatten it.
Hit flatten, yeah, hit flatten. Anytime you get tech issues, just flatten out and stop trading just because it's not worth the actual trade with tech issues. Okay, we came into that 5-minute gap. This could run that hour, if it runs those hourly highs, I'm gonna get stopped out for sure.
I will also be getting stopped out.
Brutal delivery if it does not go to our sell side liquidity, guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a brutal delivery.
Very brutal. I mean, we do have. I guess we do have this SMT here.
If this happens again, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow.
I'm not gonna like fade the market. Like the market structure is the market structure. So
Yeah, exactly. If it happens again, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and short again, guys. Yeah. Y'all take partials at previous day low. Yeah, we did take partials at previous day low.
Yeah.
But like we didn't take I didn't take like huge partials.
Yeah, I didn't take a massive partial.
Yeah, I took like one contract.
Took one contract.
I wanted to see the draw on liquidity.
Oh, dude, it's gonna induce it, man. It's gonna do it. It's gonna induce us. I don't think we're gonna get it.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. That's a strong 5-minute candle, though.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That 1 5-minute candle was like doing all the work to us, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly. Oh, it's so ugly. Oh, it's so ugly. Damn, guys, this might be 2 days in a row. Right draw, just wrong timing. Brutal. Absolutely killer.
Absolutely brutal, yeah. It's rough.
Well, we close to this 5-minute gap on ES. I'm just gonna close my position, guys. Not much I can do. What position size used for a starter? I usually add about 50% as a starter, and then I'll add another 50% as an ad. So half and half. I like to average up half. Average in half, I should say, right? Or average up, obviously, in this case, because you're not allowed to average down usually. All right, let this be the stop hunt. Let this be the stop hunt.
I need immediate rejection right now.
Not now. These previous day low SMTs. That hourly gap is the draw on NASDAQ.
Order submitted.
It is. All right, I'm out.
I'm gonna hold this for now, but I'm not too comfortable if it closes to this 5-minute gap. I'm hoping this is just that like divergence in this gap. But NASDAQ, yeah. NASDAQ really does look like it wants to go for those highs.
It is gonna go for the highs.
Or at least that hourly gap, right? But I think in that hourly gap we might form some SMT. I'm still in my ES shorts. Same as yesterday, guys. Still trusting in the doll from internal to external. Just waiting for NASDAQ to do its thing, maybe.
NASDAQ might want this high. These double.
Oh, I think NASDAQ wants that hourly imbalance. This is good to actually watch, guys. I'm glad we get to trade these days together because like the draw on liquidity is a draw on liquidity. You're seeing how me and Yusuf are still trading alongside of that. We don't mind taking losses in that direction. Trust me, the people who are flipping back and forth might make money in the short term, but in the long term, that kind of trading is not like conducive to long-term profitability. I'm telling you, taking losses in the direction of the draw is way better than switching your draw. Yeah, 10:30 is the prime reversal time actually, from the MXM Traders first course. Yeah, 10:30. I don't buy it, guys. I still don't buy it, unfortunately. I will not go long. Hold me to this. I will not go long until ES takes that draw on liquidity. I will short the market every day, and if I lose every day, that's okay. Good trades. Good structure. Right? It's risk management too, guys. Like I'm not losing a huge amount here. I'm losing small amounts of money. $100, $200. Days I win $400, $500. And they're always the same thesis, direction of the draw. Direction of the draw, no matter what. If you look at your 4-hour chart, where is the draw on liquidity? Right? For me, the draw on liquidity is still very obvious. The hourly chart, very obvious. Daily chart, obvious. Weekly chart, obvious.
There we go.
Yusuf, you look so perturbed.
Yes. Dude. Ugh. I am. I'm very focused, man. Very unfortunate, man. I was really looking for straight drop.
I know. 2R for the day. Well done, Yi. Nice. Nice.
That's solid, dude.
Yeah. I mean, we got that move into previous day low. So to be honest, this is 2 days in a row that I have held past previous day low, and I'm gonna go into my journal at the end of the week and maybe be like, maybe holding past previous day low with the majority of my position is not the ideal way to structure my partials, right? But at the moment, That again is the job. That's the job of the boss, and the boss works on the weekend. The employee works on the weekdays. I'm the employee right now, so right now I can't make boss decisions. I don't have the ability to go in and change my trading plan during the week. I never will. On the weekend, I'll look at my journal, I'll look at my wins, I'll look at my losses, and I'll put on my boss glasses. My boss glasses will be like, okay, you need to make these changes potentially and see how your expectancy changes, right? And I'll back test it. And if it works in back testing, I'll forward test it the next week. But right now, I'm just the employee, and the employee just executes. Simple as that. The job of the employee is to push the button in alignment with the rules. You don't go into work and tell your boss, hey, like usually I do my job like this, the way the way you prescribed it to me. But today I'm just gonna do something completely different. Your boss would fire you and you wouldn't have a job anymore. So that's the same way I treat myself as an employee while trading, right? I don't have a choice about how I trade during the week. If there's long-term expectancy that I can be gained from making a boss decision, I'll do that through backtesting in my journal. And then I'll make that change and I'll come back into the market and I'll implement that change. Okay, let's see if NASDAQ wants to hit this 1 hour internal.
Disgusting wick.
Yeah, 4 hour looks like very similar to yesterday, hey? Previous day low, wicked, back into the range.
Let's see it. Let's see
I'm
it.
still
Back
looking to
in.
see if we can form that divergence at that hourly gap. But like I said, right? ES might want to trade into those equal highs too.
Yeah. NVIDIA. What are you doing, NVIDIA? Oh, NASDAQ pushing. NASDAQ looks good. Looks strong for that.
NASDAQ has those like very triple equal highs.
Very. 1, 2. Hold on. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Got 2 over here. NASDAQ looks very strong. It's a strong close for NASDAQ. Right above these down close candles. That's a very strong look.
Yep. 5 minute closed on ES as an inversion as well.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna blow my nose again. Jeez. I'll be right back.
Let's see, I'm watching those highs on NASDAQ to see if we want to trade into them. Now I'm going to close out my ES position here, guys, in case NASDAQ wants to reach into those highs. Taking the 1 hour loss.
On the 5 minute, we have this SysD, this inversion, that higher SysD. Prefer to leave that as a breakaway if we were to frame longs. This ES taps it.
We came into that hourly gap on NASDAQ. I want to see how it reacts.
Dude, if YM internal was the move, I mean, it's not, but maybe that's why we're reacting like this.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That might be
the internal.
YM SMT and internal, then ES and NAS sweep their previous day low. It's possible. Very possible.
I'm still looking for ES shorts. It came into that order block. We have that SMT. We shall see.
Oh man, another AM chop session, and just we get manipped out, man. It happens, but
Yeah, it does happen. I'm not convinced on longs. I'm not long in anything, guys. Is closing positions before SL or TP a boss or employee decision? It's totally a boss decision. You have to make the decision what your stop loss and risk management situation is. If you use dynamic stops or fixed stops, but you make that decision before the trading week, before the trade, and as a part of your trading model. You don't make that decision on the fly. If you make that decision on the fly, you're making changes to the business model during the day. Imagine a business that just like made a fundamental change to their operating practices during the day. That'd be crazy. That'd be unheard of, right? Like you can't do that as a business, right? You make the changes when you're crafting the business plan, which happens in hindsight on back testing, right? Through simulation, in the same way the real world business works. Through like market data, user data, right? You make your decisions based on those factors. I really want this 15-minute order block to hold on ES. Somehow, bro. Allow it.
It's either this 15-minute order block holds or we SysD.
Yeah.
Should
Those
be
equal
unfortunate.
highs in the hourly internal.
Strong, bro. It's a good draw. I can't even lie.
Yeah, I
Like if
know.
you were to frame it, it's a good draw.
I know. I know.
You can stay low. You got a SMT. You got a SysD. You got a little tap. You can frame something there.
You can frame something there.
I can frame this. I mean, it's kind of crappy R then, but that 1.3. It's kind of crappy, but see, we took it on this 1 minute. Oh yeah, then you got a lot better. You could probably take it. I would take it right here. Nah, I take it at this candle opened. And you could go like that. And you go like that. That's like 1.5. Oh, that's solid too.
Yeah, into those hourly highs.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
Yeah. Tough look today, honestly.
Very rough look. It'll probably be another like PM session move or something.
Yep.
Maybe ES is like creating this this H4 Sibi. I don't know. Totally possible. I think we'll just leave it for tomorrow. It makes sense. Then consolidation reversal makes sense.
Yep.
If we maybe at news we dip into it, or 9:30 we dip into it, and then you know how it goes. See if we want to reach into these highs. Five-minute. In my opinion, this PA lately is caused because we were accumulating in the weekly Sibi. Yeah. We have U.S. election, and also like Nasdaq is in that gigantic weekly Sibi. It's having so much trouble getting through it. Like it's actually been unreal.
Yeah.
I think we topped the daily order block that was inside of it, and then immediately, I think it was Tuesday of last week, just instant death. Like Nasdaq just died.
Yeah.
How was everyone's day today? Very rough PA. Get on the charts. Yeah, I'm red right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm red again. Another day, another dollar.
Another day being red.
Another day, another dollar lost. ES has been a crazy range. Yeah, both ES and Nasdaq have been in an insane range. I mean, if you look at like ES has been unable to get out of this range since like What was that? Is that last week? Is that the week before last week? The
Yeah,
14th
yes
of
has been ranging the entire time.
Yeah, yes, and Nasdaq both. So like, it's been a rough look. Like, it's just rough. I don't know what else to say. But let's see what that's what.
I mean, those equal highs on NAS and ES are such a strong draw, in my opinion.
Oh, right now, yeah, right, very
Yeah.
strong draw. It's a higher time.
It's not a good. There's not a good RR trade for me to take.
It isn't. I'm just gonna take this daily SysD off because I don't think we're gonna hold that. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's enough. There's not enough R on the table to take this long back up.
No, there's not.
There's not. I guess if you're taking this order block continuation, maybe.
It's another day of previous day low back into the range. Honestly, that's what it is.
It's rough, but it is what it is.
Those equal highs that we left on ES were a hallmark that we might have had a shitty day to go lower.
Yep.
I'm going short again tomorrow because now we've put a double bottom on Nasdaq.
No, I'm definitely going short tomorrow. Like that is the either we do it, either we tap it overnight or we tap it at news.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, but that's the draw. That is the draw.
Just a consolidation day waiting for it.
Yep. ES keeps going. Nasdaq is now having trouble getting up.
There's equal highs on ES, right?
Yeah. ES has the equal highs.
Nasdaq also has equal highs too.
Yeah. Nasdaq has these equal highs. Ugh, let's see what happens.
Brutal. We were only 10 points away every time. This PA is dog though.
This PA is mango.
This PA is mango.
Just gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to survive long enough to.
Don't you have to like fight it? Just be extremely flexible, basically.
Yep.
Just be flexible and you'll be good. It's always okay. Everything always turns out okay.
See if Nasdaq wants to run those sides. ES wants to run those sides as well. That's the obvious short-term draw. Let's watch it.
Let's watch it happen. Does this work the same as the flattener? Oh, it does. You said flatten. That was stuck. Another strong open for this 5-minute candle.
Mm-hmm. Draw is super close on both ES and Nasdaq. That double top is right.
Yeah.
That double top is that hourly Cibi, yeah.
Yeah. That hourly Cibi is the double top. It's gonna be one for the journals, guys.
Yep. Definitely will be one for the journal. I mean, I'm gonna journal right after I'm done trading, so right after I watch this. I'm done trading. I'm not gonna take any more positions probably, so
Save, just stay alive for tomorrow. That's the goal.
I've already drawn down my equity enough today. Another $300 loss. After like $300 ish, I don't like to keep trading. I don't know how much you lost, Yusuf. Like for me, that's like enough. Once I draw down my equity at that point, I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
I held my NAS position a little bit longer than I should have, but for me it's like 400.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Okay, there's that draw hit.
Yes, is about to take it.
Nasdaq took it.
Nasdaq's is Nasdaq's was those relative equal highs. Let's see if ES is gonna go to the gap, bro. Let's see.
That would make sense.
Don't leave a failure swing at the gap now. Come on now. Nah, it won't.
If we got some realignment out of this gap, I would actually short one more time. but it would require me to see like. I mean, there is not even a 50 level that I like. Yeah.
Perfect structure.
Perfect structure. I'd have to see. Yeah.
All right. Fireworks to an ES near you.
Nasdaq could keep expanding.
Nasdaq could keep expanding. Nasdaq doesn't have an hourly fair value. Doesn't have an hourly fair value. It has the order block, which is
Has the
enough
order
for me.
block.
It's kind of like resisting pushing up into that SMT high though. So I mean, it's still good. It could still dump again with ES.
If I get time frame alignment out of the hourly gap, I'll short ES one more time. But that's it.
I'll do it with like a little bit less than half size.
Talon Bag held the NQ too long. Yeah.
Happens, bro.
Happens, bro.
Especially in those V-shaped recoveries.
Mm-hmm.
You have like a 5-minute gap, and then you're just expecting it to like hold. And then the 1 minute starts like building order block on order block. Like it's every time, every single time does the same exact thing. Let's see. ES inducing the gap. That's brutal. Brutal.
Bro, I'd love to short this on ES one more time. Oh, just give me a 5-minute engulfing candle lower and I'll short ES. Hold that SMT high.
Please hit the hourly gap first, and then I'm game for the shorts. We can just hit the hourly gap. I'm game for shorts, man.
Dude, that'd be so nice. I like the failure swing, dude. Just
the failure swing is enough.
The failure swing would be great. just give me like some structure lower, and I'm gonna short this.
I feel like V-shaping recovering all the way this high just for that is devious.
That'd be awesome with the SMT.
Yeah, it'd be nasty work. It'd be good though. It's a good setup.
All right, we have that SMT at the 5-minute highs. Actually, I don't even know if we do. Oh, we don't.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it needs to go for the hourly gap, or it's just gonna do some really messed up price action, man. I'll be very, very surprised if we don't hit this hourly gap.
I want Nasdaq to sweep that 930 candle and ES to not. I'm watching it.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Why don't you trade what you see rather than be married to short bias? The structure is bearish still, Paul. There's no bullish structure on ES. What time frame do you see bullish structure on? Actually, besides the 5-minute chart, what other time frame do you see bullish structure on?
Like the higher time frame one.
Yeah.
Like
but you need a higher. You always need to trade with a higher time frame, obviously, right? So I'm actually very curious to see what time frame you see the bullish structure on. This is what I'm saying. You can get caught up switching sides. I won't do it. Like I hope you know I'll never do that. I won't trade my bias as a flop without the right structure, because then this happens. Imagine you're in ES longs right now. Imagine you're taking ES longs right now. How do you feel? You don't feel good. And you might not even understand why this move is happening lower as a deep retracement. It's high resistance liquidity run, right? It's an HRLR higher. Order flow is not bullish on the ES. Now Nasdaq is a different story, which is why I won't long Nasdaq until ES takes the sell side draw, right? But I actually am very curious. What time frame are you seeing the long buys on ES specifically? Because if there is a time frame, I don't want to sound ignorant. I want you to give me your analysis. But I've made the mistake, and when I was learning, Paul, like I did it all the time, of flipping my bias like this, all the time, right? And it hurt me a lot more than it helped me, because I would get sucked into lower time frame price legs, like the one we just saw, and I would lose track of what I'm actually looking for. Look at ES. Look at what I'm looking for on ES. Look at this reaction. This is what I'm looking for on ES. Still shorts. I'm going to take one contract short here, guys. Okay? On this 1 minute change to state of delivery. Okay, I'm short on ES to the draw. Using that hourly failure swing as a potential area of interest.
But Nasdaq has the gap. ES is so much weaker. Let's see.
So on that 1 minute change to state of delivery, guys, below 5865.25, I'm short. I'm anticipating these fair value gaps to fail. Right? I want to see at most a retracement into that 1 minute FVG at most. But I prefer to see a complete failure and then a V-shaped recovery lower. This is what I'm seeing. Still in alignment, still trading ES in alignment with that higher time frame thesis of just sell side delivery. It's my last trade of the day. If I lose this trade, I'll be a max drawdown for the day. If I win this trade, I'll be in small profits. All contracts coming off at 5850.
This is it, guys. This is the moment we've been waiting for.
Give it to me. Just give it to me, all right? How many times are you going to make me get chopped up? And the thing is, I'm not even trading the counters. I'm not trading any of the retracements higher the past 3 days. None of them. I'm not trading any of that
This is a
retracement.
pretty big 15-minute retracement, though. I mean, on Nasdaq, it's a whole 110 points.
Yeah, it's the
yeah,
previous.
yeah,
It's high
yeah.
resistance liquidity. High resistance liquidity
Yeah.
runs, right?
That's rough. It's a rough look, though, to sit through. You gotta like
Oh,
really
dude,
hold through.
terrible look to sit through. We didn't inverse that 5 minute gap, did we? Oh, we did. We have an inversion of that 5 minute fair value gap as well on ES.
Yes, got it. Nasdaq didn't get it. Let's
Nah,
see.
I'm not shorting Nasdaq here. Higher time frame draw. I'm actually only now, guys. I'm in the position. I'm only on my 4-hour chart.
We have a short-term sweep on the 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm staying on my 4-hour chart, guys. 4 hour,
Bro
1
had
hour.
enough. Bro had
I'm
enough.
serious. I'm staying on my hourly charts now. I don't. If I get stopped out, my stops at the rejection block high. I'm on my hourly chart. Let's see what happens. Give me 5850 or give me Liberty. Or liberate
Facts.
my account. Liberate my account from its drawdowns.
Liberate my account. Oh boy.
That's so funny,
Yeah,
dude.
no. 5850 or nothing, man. Come on.
5850 or give me drawdowns.
There's nothing else on my chart, man.
Yeah, there's nothing else on my chart also. I don't care about any of the I have no buy side liquidity objectives on my chart.
Genuinely. I want to see how this thing wants to close on the hourly. Oh, this was we were from the longs. All right, let's see.
We shall see. I sized a
Genuinely
bit lower, yeah. As did I. I was like, you know, in drawdown, so I sized lower, of course, always. Risk management's always the better strategy. Right?
Dude, this 1 hour gap on absolute beast.
Yeah, absolute Thanos, eh?
Absolute Thanos gap. Wait, it's yeah, dude. It's
This is a very high resistance liquidity run, probably because of elections next week. I would assume.
oh man. Yeah.
But extremely
Hey, first
HRLR
time
condition.
trading it, so first time trading elections.
Yeah,
so.
me too. Likewise.
Let's see how bad it gets.
I want this 5 minute to hold this inverse low. I'll be right back. Give me a minute.
When he comes back, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee because I'm dying. I need that. So I sized a bit lower, but there's no SMT at the highs. No, it was just like a rejection block play. So just retracement and then rejection block play. The entire thing was like just reaccumulation of shorts because we swept previous day low, so we kind of trade back up into that rejection block. So like right around like it's a little bit easier to send this. So all these wicks and stuff, right? Just short term sweeps here. Trade back up because this is again right. It's HRLR, so accumulate longs after sweeping previous day lows, move up, sweep out more highs here, and then we're just gonna move back down lower. That's what we're framing at least, right? If we decide to trade back up higher, we can say, okay, the longs that were accumulated at previous day low, they're still long. So, but that's the look we have right now is again what Afiz was saying, right? Just high resistance conditions. We're looking for lower prices basically. I took it on Nasdaq, just because I like Nasdaq more. But ES is definitely and Nasdaq also has that swing low that's closer. ES does too, but I just took it on Nasdaq. Yeah, 2 weeks to election, sized a bit lower.
All right, do we
Let's
get
see.
Liberty or do you count Liberation? Which one? Oh, nothing. We're just ready to our entry.
Yeah,
We're just chilling.
Just chilling.
There's no SMT at the highs. There is the only SMT we have is that 1 hour fair value gap from earlier.
Yeah, from
Or
9:30,
that 8 a.m. That 8 a.m. SMT. 8 a.m. forms that SMT. And then also we have that 50-minute SMT at 9:30. Remember that 50-minute gap?
Afiz, I'm gonna make a cup of coffee real quick. If we start trading up, call me. I'll run upstairs.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah. I think Paul's asking a good question there. Like, I think like it could seem like we're married to a short bias here. I really hope you see how I'm not married to that bias. I'm trading exactly what the chart is showing me too, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a really, really nice, it's a really, really good statement from AM. Right? No, I don't think Paul had any bad intentions with that statement. I think it's very easy to look at this chart and be like, you're married to the short bias. It's just the structure is just so. If you look at everyone pull up their hourly charts. I can't long this market until ES takes that draw. Do you see the hourly chart? Look at how high resistance longs are on ES. When I say high resistance, look at how we sweep highs and close back within the range that created that displacement. Look at it. We sweep a high, we close back in the range. We sweep a high, we close back in the range, right? And then the draw continues to move toward, price continues to chop in these deep retracements towards 5850, right? So structure on my like context charts, remember I say daily bias, hourly context is bearish. It's just so hard to get in line when you have these high resistance liquidity run conditions, right? But it just doesn't mean that I can switch bias. It just means I have to keep trading alongside of it using good risk management, right? At the end of the day, my risk management is what's truly going to save me. Everything else is just secondary to that, right? My risk management will be the thing that saves me in the end of the day. And I'm confident in saying that, right? Yeah, it's a good rule. It's a good rule, but it also not only is it a good rule, Aspire, but you know what it does? It keeps me honest. It keeps me honest to my trading plan because I know myself, and trust me when I tell you this, I used to be the guy who would switch my bias 100 times in this range, 100 times. I would go long, I would go short, I would go long, I would go short. I would chop myself up in this range, and I would forget what I'm actually trading towards. Remember, the higher time frame draw is king. The lower time frame is the vehicle between the higher time frame and the draw, right? So when you transpose the higher time frame draw down to a tradable time frame, you use structure and time frame alignments. Now, oftentimes in high resistance liquidity runs, you're going to have retracements on low time frames that are against the direction of that higher time frame. And you have to decide where you are positioning yourself in that bias. Are you trading protractions of market price, manipulation phases, or are you trading expansions of market direction, which is going to be the higher time frame distribution phase? You need to make that decision as a trader. And I have, and it was a very expensive lesson for me to learn. And I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars I spent learning that lesson, that I don't want to trade short-term market protractions. I want to trade high time frame market expansions. And it cost me so much money learning that mistake. So these days, yeah, I will stick with the higher time frame structure, even if it hurts me, even if it kills me on the lower time frames, which it does sometimes, like on days like yesterday and days like today. And that's okay, because you see when we get the expansions, right? We see how well we do. We see how well we trade. When the market is moving in a LR condition, you know just how well we do. You've seen it. We do very well for ourselves, right? We make good money. We take good trades, and we just got to sit through the HRLR conditions as well. Okay? The market is
Just
random. It can do whatever it wants.
Just survive. That's it, basically.
The
Survive
market
the
can do
bad
whatever it wants.
conditions, risk for the good conditions. That's it. Name of the game. Let's see what happens at this.
Survive the drawdown so you can profit off the run ups, right? The equity run ups. Because you will have equity run-ups and you will have equity drawdowns. It's just the ratio at which those equity drawdowns are smaller than your equity run-ups, which is going to make you profitable. That's it. Drawdowns and run-ups are a very normal part of trading. So we have another 5-minute internal range of liquidity on NASDAQ and ES. All right, let's see if we want to trade back into that.
I think NASDAQ will. NASDAQ
Again, for me, I'm not even looking at the lower time frame charts. I'm only looking at that to give you guys information. My chart, like this is what my chart looks like right now. I'm going to send you a picture. This is truly the chart I'm looking at. Okay. And my stop loss, right, currently is going to be that previous hourly high. So I'm going to cover 5874. I entered at around 5867. Yeah, I entered at around 5865 actually. 5865.5. I'm going to cover that high of 5874. And I'm going to target 5850. That's it. 1 hour levels only for me. I'm recognizing an HRLR condition of price right now, and I don't care what the 5-minute chart does anymore, because it's going to be high resistance in my mind. It's going to be a high resistance liquidity run. I don't expect it to be a quick expansion. I do not expect it.
Charge my phone.
I'm going to hop in my journal right now and do my journal for today.
Let's see. So order block on NASDAQ is holding, but ES is just kind of very slow chop. Very, very slow chop.
I'm confident, guys. I'm confident in this. I'm confident in every trade I take. I'm never not confident in the trade, I'll tell you that much. But it is what it is. Live and die by the sword of the draw and liquidity. That's what I say. I've died by it, but I've also, I mean, all the money I've ever made was through higher time frame draws. All the money I've ever lost was through lower time frame draws. Let's be so real. The majority of the money I've lost has been trading like a 5-minute draw on liquidity.
Oh man, dude, that's so real. That's so real.
So facts. Like
Unreal.
just trading that 15-minute chart as my higher time frame chart, all my money just eviscerated.
Gone. Let's see.
Yusuf, why don't you walk AB through your entries today so she can see?
My entries? Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's start from where's my Sibby? 'Cause my 15-minute Sibby just disappeared. It's not showing up. The hell. All right, I'll do it from this side then. All right, cool. So all right, so we started off with like obviously we were bearish coming in. We had the SMT. We had that previous week Thursday sweep on Nasdaq. ES did not end up taking that. And then we started distributing back into the range. And then we saw this 15-minute SIBI on ES and Nasdaq right here. This 15-minute SIBI. We waited for 9:30 open, right? We didn't really get any entry before. We kind of wanted to see, right? We want ERL. We were looking for IRL to trade back to ERL. So we saw 9:30 traded up. Nasdaq traded up higher into it. ES kind of created this double top, and then and then we just kind of sat through it, chopped through it, and then we ended up getting a short to previous day low on ES and Nasdaq. Obviously, it didn't take enough partials because it flipped against us pretty fast, and ended up coming back into this rejection block. Because again, that's like higher resistance liquidity. So my first entry was on the 1 minute. It was on ES, and it was right. It was exactly right here. It was right here at 586825, and then my invalidation was a close of the 15-minute SIBI. I only had taken off a small bit at previous day lows. And then the second entry was. Did we go short again after that lower, or did we wait for it to come all the way up? Oh my god, I don't even remember. Let me check my log real quick.
I took 2 trades. This is my second trade I'm in.
Then this is also my second trade. Yeah, and then the second entry was, trading back into this rejection block. It's a little bit cleaner in the 5. Actually, let's go to the 1. We traded back up into this rejection block. Displacement candles down. We dropped to a lower time frame. Right, we had this. There wasn't a clean. There wasn't a clean SMT for the second trade, but again, it's high resistance liquidity, so we were looking at this as a function of as retracement. So we didn't really need to see an SMT. And then we just went on the 1 minute, and then after this fat sissy right here on the ES chart, I entered right here on the Nasdaq chart. Actually, I took it on Nasdaq, not ES. I got my entry right here at a 4. I got it a little bit higher, or a little bit lower, right here at like 411 ish. Yeah, and then my draw for Nasdaq is gonna be when ES hits the draw. So I'm gonna hold until ES hits internal range. But that's basically what we're looking at today.
Oh, yo, my hourly chart's moving. Let's go.
The hourly chart. It's like you can finally see it moving just a little bit, right? Oh man. Oh, might have to skip class for this trade, man.
What time's your class at?
12:10.
It might hit before then.
Let's see. Let's find out.
I'm not even looking at lower time frames, guys. I'm still on the hourly chart. I just see the hourly starting to move towards my draw. I assume we got a lower time frame system, right?
Yeah. We're 5 points away. We'll get it, man. We'll be good.
Yes, sir. Higher time frame, baby.
Everything's coming off on Nasdaq. The moment that we get moment that we hit that, everything. I'm not holding anything for this. It's not worth. Nice move.
I'm just happy to see this. Yeah, I'm just happy to see this print.
Yo, we deserve this. We deserve
we
this.
do deserve this. Oh my goodness, we deserve this. We so deserve
this. You know what's funny? I'm saying that right after Yi shared that thing of like the market owes you nothing. The market owes you nothing.
So true.
The market owes you nothing. Yeah, it only owes me nothing unless I need it.
That's so funny, dude.
Oh man, I'm like small green now. I'm just gonna wait for ES to hit the draw, man. I'm small green.
The market owes you nothing. We deserve this shit.
We deserve this shit.
It's actually so funny, dude.
No, but I mean, it is always nice to get a distribution after, it's the satisfaction of like, like I knew it, like I just survived, I followed my risk
Yeah.
management, followed my rules, and it paid off. Like,
Yeah. Also,
Like, that's
trade with that higher
that's
time
always
frame bias, right?
higher time
That-
frame bias, right? It was so easy to get caught up in that that retracement, like, oh wow, so we're just
Uh-huh.
gonna go back into the range, right?
I mean, I'm glad you guys heard me and saw me say I will not be longing this market until ES takes the draw. I don't care how many losses I sit through. They're risk managed. By the way, this winner is going to be 3 times the size of my loss. I'm going to be in profits on today, like pretty
I
heavily.
will also be in.
And I used half size. I used half size and I'll be in profits, by the way. Okay. So what does that tell you about risk management, first of all? It actually tell you something very important about risk management. If I'm using half size, I'm going to be in profits. Tiny profits, but
Yes.
still profits.
Oh, it's still going too.
Let's frigging.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Nasdaq is dying. Nasdaq is dying. Holy crap, Nasdaq is dying.
I lost my alert. Sorry, guys. You hear
I'm
that?
gonna take 4 off. 2, 4. We're sitting in those last 2. Oh, I'm in pretty deep profits now. Awesome. Cool. Good day. Very nice. Nice to see. It's always nice to see.
My spy put's printed. Oh, my spy put's printed.
Oh, spy puts? Yo, who was in spy puts, man? Yeah, you're
My
probably
spy
up
put
big.
did my spy puts did 300%. I bought spy puts yesterday though.
Oh, you bought him, yes. Oh, so you
Yeah,
bought him
yeah,
at the
yeah.
high.
Yeah.
Oh man, I
What was
just
your risk
covered
per
him.
trade? I
Me?
risked $150 on this trade.
Ray Demure. W signal. Hey,
There we go.
first stream W, guys. Give it to me.
How do we do? Red, green, break even.
Nah. If you're green, don't even mark green. Mark printer. Mark the printer. I don't want it.
I'm slightly green. I'm not big green, guys. I'm slightly green. I assume there's gonna be some reds too.
I flipped the full 2R, bro. That Nasdaq really dumped. Let's go. Fire. Crazy on options. Hey, Dom, man. The options are real cash, right?
I'm gonna close out all but one of my contracts.
I'm fully out. I'm done. I'm fully out. I took everything off.
I have 2 runners on futures and then 1 options contract as a runner.
We might go a little bit lower on Nasdaq. I don't have any other like LR lows, but
Yo, how
on the
simple?
daily-
How simple was this 4-hour thesis, guys? I'm gonna show one chart to you, okay, on the 4-hour. How simple is this thesis? Right, literally, how simple was that thesis on the 4-hour chart? What did the 4-hour candle fail to do? Where did it go?
market out.
Hey, remember, higher time frame. Look at that chart I just sent, guys. I'm gonna tag everyone in it. Put that in your journal for today. What's the most simple thing of price delivery? If price fails to offer internal range liquidity and displacement, like where's the drawn liquidity? Where's the drawn liquidity? It's a swing low that created the internal range liquidity, right? Done. Simple. Right? External. Yeah, there you go. External. Now, in that lower time frame, so much shit can happen. We saw it happen, right? We saw all this shit that happened. But I want you to remember, if you're trading this chart that I just sent, right? Things become a lot more clear, don't they?
Oh, that was a good 90 points ES just gave me. Lower time for breaker block. Like, yep, yeah, M1 breaker block. I took it on an M1. Well, yeah, M1 breaker block order block. That's where I took it. I took it on Nasdaq, but it was the same exact setup on ES. Can you go over the analysis of the trade on the lower time frame? Yeah, sure. Okay, so just for the lower time frame, I'm gonna start on the higher time frame, right? So this 4-hour candle for ES and Nasdaq, we open right here, right? This is our opening price. I'm gonna mark it out right here. That's our opening price. So immediately we drive lower, right? And so there's a couple of functions that we need to look at, right? 930 consolidates, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. This giant leg down into the weekly internal is our X, right? That's the X reversal, right? So 930 accumulates, 10 opens. 10 immediately opens low, right? We wanted 10 to open high and then distribute down, but we didn't get that, right? And so we're still bearish, right? We're still bearish. We still have our draw. Drawn liquidity is a drawn liquidity, right? We wanted 10 to open high into here, but we didn't get that. So instead, what happens is 10 we have an SMT here after sweeping previous day low. So the sweep of previous day low was a function of price to put in the high of the H4 wick, the H4 wick, right? Because H4 opens, drives lower, right? We sweep out previous day low in order to create the H4 high, right? And then we distribute back lower, right? And so after we see that sharp move away from our rejection block and that the fat distribution candle is lower, on ES and Nasdaq, it would same exact like kind of level. For me, it was like 411ish, 2411, and on ES you get comes out like 865 25ish. I think Afiz, that's where you got in, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly basically the piece of the trade. It's very easy to get lost in this reversal, right? Because normally you'll get the open high and then low close, right? It's not always going to be that simple though. You know, even yesterday for what happened yesterday, I'm gonna do it on Nasdaq because I remember being a lot clearer on Nasdaq, right? On Nasdaq we have the same exact thing, right? 6 a.m. candle opens high, right? We still have a sweep of or sorry, we still have an SMT with ES at this low here, and we were still in this hourly BISI, right? But we want to frame longs of the 10 a.m. Of the 9:30 and the 10 a.m. Candle, right? So in order to do that, we need to look at how does price treat the sweep or the trading below of the open of the 6 a.m. candle, right? So the 6 a.m. candle yesterday opens high, and then we trade lower, right? So it's easy to say open high low, right? But it's actually open low high. But you have to look at the context on the higher time frame of what's going on, of how we're opening, and if we're going to trade back into it. So that it was kind of the same thing yesterday, just flipped for the bullish side, right?
It was the exact same thing as yesterday. Yeah.
Exact same thing, just flip for bullish. So it's not always going to be as simple as, okay, open high, low close on the 10 a.m. candle, silver bullet trade, right? You're going to get these
sometimes we'll open low high for a manipulation into a key level. You got to remember, look at your hourly chart first of all. The SMT that was formed at the 15-minute gap in the morning remained the SMT protected high all day. So realistically, when we stopped out of our first trade, we prematurely stopped ourselves out, which I already journaled, because that 15-minute high was never traded back into on the ES. If you see that. That level, which we had marked out, was never traded back into. We just got induced into the lower time frame, which I'm okay with saying, because the true invalidation of that trade is where? That 15-minute high, right? Did ES ever come into it? No, right? Like, go look at your 50-minute chart right now. Go look at your 50-minute chart. That SMT we marked out in the morning, that double top, right, where Nasdaq came in, that was the protected high of the session. Then it was a continuation at 10 a.m., forming an open, low, high into a key level, which was what? The order block on Nasdaq, right? ES had already put in that SMT failure swing and the inverse 4-hour fair value gap. By that 10 a.m. open, the 4-hour fair value gap had already inversed. So then we get the failure swing, high resistance liquidity run condition on Nasdaq into the order block, then we get the sell-off. But it can be easy to switch sides multiple times in that condition, right?
Just trust the higher time frames, because
and trade with them until they fail. Yeah, trade with the higher time frames until they fundamentally fail.
Yes. If your higher time frame is saying bullish and the lower time frame is showing bearish, the bearishness on the lower time frame is probably just manipulation. Most of the time, like 80% of the time, the true draw is going to be the bullish higher time frame draw. It's like it's very rare that I've seen the lower time frame fully play out and flip the entire higher time frame draw. And I'm talking higher time frame like 4 hour. You know what I mean? I thought I cracked the code with open high low close and open low high close until yeah, right. It seems that simple, like okay, accumulate open high into a fair value gap with SMT, but if it was
I
that
mean,
simple,
if you want to
it'd
use
all be
open,
good.
high, low, close, look at the 4-hour candle. That's exactly what the 4-hour candle did, right? 4-hour
Yeah.
candle opened high, low, close. But the 4-hour candle had to manipulate into a key level, and that double top on ES was still preserved, right? The market structure, the reason why I'm saying you have to trade with market structure, because the market structure never flipped bullish ever. It never flipped bullish. It just manipulated, right, a little bit higher than we wanted to see it manipulate. That's it. But realistically, I also stopped myself out prematurely. That 15-minute SMT was the stop loss. We started the day with that stop loss, and then during the lower time frame move, I mean, you remember we all said, like, oh shit, this might go higher. Let's stop out, right? And that is something I'll journal, because that was a mistake or a decision I made as the employee, which kind of undermines the plan of the boss. And again, I don't have an ego to admit that. It's part of the game, right?
So the true like R to R, like what the trade should have been was we entered here, right? This is that M1 sysd initially. I don't know if that's too small for you guys to see, right? So the initial trade, right? We stopped ourselves out prematurely, and the draw should have been this all along, and it would have been a very clean 3R trade, right? But we just stopped ourselves out a little bit earlier.
Yep.
So
We literally, I stopped myself on the invalidation of NASDAQ as opposed to ES, which was fundamentally misconstrued. Yeah, misconstrued stop loss.
I did
The
the same exact thing.
15-minute SMT is what we framed our trade from on the lower time frame. Remember, we had the 15-minute stop hunt, 1 minute SISD, double top. And then we said in our head, because the lower time frame showed reversal signatures, that, oh, we have a double top on the hourly, it's going to come back into there. But the order flow on the hourly might not even shown that argument. The 4-hour argument was not there for it to come into that double top. Right? Invalidation is the invalidation. But I have no problem with saying to you, and like on stream, that I fully closed out my trade at a loss, like a $300 loss actually, like almost my max equity drawdown, because I wasn't confident that that in the higher time frame at that lower time frame presentation of price. Right, it happens.
Yep, just stare at them. Just stare at them 1 hour charts. Yeah, Kai's right. Yeah, man, those 1 hour charts are your best friend all the time. All the time.
That's exactly what I ended up doing then for the second trade, right? Because at that point I was like, okay. Now I've already made the mistake of making a new boss decision, right? As an employee during the week, let me mitigate that risk by just staring at my hourly chart, right? There's no point in lying. Like, yes, I had a false invalidation, and it hurt me actually, and it cost me equity that I did not need to lose. So on my accounts, although I am small green, I have lost equity which I did not need to lose. I'd lost hundreds of dollars of equity which I did not need to lose, because I fell victim to lower time frame analysis that, was not constructive to my higher time frame thesis. It was not, right? It actually, I never got an invalidation of my higher time frame. I just simply fell victim to looking at the lower time frame candles. Cost me $300 today. And I'll journal it. I'll go in my journal and said I could be up 300 times 10, so that's $3,000 more. And that's not a small amount of money to lose for a decision, right, that I made on the fly as the employee, which is, in hindsight, not a good decision, right? And it happens. We still do it. All of us will do it. You're going to make decisions you regret.
Yeah, finish up. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just going to say, you're going to make those decisions, and it's not going to go away, and it's probably never going to change. And you just make them less and less frequently because you reflect on them. The day you stop making those mistakes, yeah, you're not human. To make mistakes and to learn from them is part of the human condition. It's experience. And for me, that $3,000 loss, it hurts. Like I'm sitting here telling you, that's a big loss. That's a lot of money. That's not a small amount of money. That's a lot of money that I lost from just making a decision that the boss wouldn't approve of. I went behind the boss's back. And when you're a trader, you're the employee and you're the boss. And you're going to be punished as the employee, and you're going to be punished as the boss for doing things outside of your roles. If the boss ever tries to act like an employee, well, then you're not going to have a good business, right? Because the employee is an emotional person who just takes orders. But if the employee acts like the boss, it's going to be even worse, because the employee never changes the game plan. The employee comes and executes on what the boss has laid out in terms of the business plan, right? A Chipotle worker doesn't just decide how much rice to give you. They have a scoop portion and they give it to you because that's what they're taught to do. That's the business model. If you suddenly start giving 3 times the scoops, well, then you're going to be losing money. It's the same thing as if you're suddenly executing on a lower time frame, you're stopping yourself out prematurely, you're adding contracts when you shouldn't be adding contracts, et cetera, et cetera. Over one trade, it won't matter. One extra scoop of rice doesn't mean shit. But over a day of scooping one extra rice for every single customer, that makes a lot of difference to the business model. Now do it for weeks, now do it for months, and not learn from it. You've now drawn yourself into a drawdown by just simple mechanical errors in your business model, right? So you got to remember that it's the law of large numbers. Doing anything once makes no difference. You could completely fuck around, break all the rules, blow your accounts. In the long-term scheme of your income, earning, and trading career, no matter how much money you lose right now learning, is going to be nothing but a blip. Like, I have friends and I know people who are influencers who have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars learning, and now they've made millions from the market. So it's a blip, right? Their equity curve in the long run, if you average it, it's just a tiny little dip, right? But if you keep doing these things in perpetuity, it's not going to be a small blip. What's it going to be? It's going to be a lasting drawdown trend. So don't make the mistake of making the mistake and then not learning from it.
The other, I think it was like right before I had the 20K pay, like before I hit my 20K, there was a day and I was close to the payout. And obviously I got in my head. I think that one day I just broke all my rules, everything. I think I was like size in 3 minis, whatever. I ended the day down like $5,000. Let me actually, I'll just send a picture of like what happened after that. Like the PNL after that. Hold on one second. Let me add up this one. Yeah, but just there's gonna be the days like we're all gonna have those days where we're just sitting there just like little gremlins like on our computer, just like clicking buttons like with no discipline. But if you keep doing it over and over and you're not actively reflecting on it and you don't treat it like a lesson, yeah, then you have a problem.
Nothing will change. Nothing change. One of my favorite quotes: "Nothing changes if nothing changes," guys. Right? Like, if you don't change, then it's not gonna be just one extra scoop of rice, right? I mean, I don't know why I'm using that as an example, but it's true. Like, these small permutations and deviations from your business plan on an individual day don't really matter. In fact, the market is so fundamentally random that you'll probably be rewarded for it a good number of times, which also reinforces the wrong behaviors, obviously. But you'll be rewarded for breaking your rules. But I promise you, in the long run, your equity will reflect these small changes you make each and every trade, each and every day. I promise you. This is the idea of expectancy, right? And this is the idea of using something like a Monte Carlo simulation and slightly changing your parameters. Like, go into a Monte Carlo simulation and change your risk parameter, your RR, by 0.2 or 0.1, and then do it over 1,000 trials, and you'll get drastically different results. It's because these things add up and they compound with trades, with time, and you want to be compounding the right things that are profitable and not compounding the things that are unprofitable. And what I did today was compounding unprofitable things. Like, taking that early stop loss, although it might have saved me in some days, is a compounding a non-profitable factor. And it will be non-profitable in the long run, I promise you. You just got to take my word for it.
Let's go with this. That thing there. Send it.
AB, I did say I would eat my shorts, didn't I, if the draw wasn't hit? I've yet to have to eat my shorts, guys. That's the impressive thing. I've come close
Right.
a few times.
My journal isn't like, I don't have like the fancy schmancy like Notion template or whatever, but this is basically what it looks like. So I'll have my P&L on the side, and then I'll have a green and red for my P&L, and then I'll have a green and red for my rules, right? And so I made this like recently, like I think I'm like a month and a half like a month and a half like deep, like I made this. And like, as you can see, what like the trend is, the more you follow your rules, the more green your P&L is going to be, right? And then it kind of became the days where I was half following my rules. Like some days, those days would be red or some days would be green, right? But what I noticed is, like Afiz said, right, that little blip, right? Maybe you got lucky on that one day that you got lucky. You got some money out of the market. that money does not belong to you. I swear to you, the market will take it back from you. I swear to you, one
Yep.
day the market is going to come to you with a knife and it's going to jump you when you least expect it, and you're going to feel like crap. So it just, if you come in every day and instead of trying to make the P&L column be green, and you focus on your rules column and your habits and trying to make that column green, I promise to you, eventually you're going to see a trend where the P&L and the rule column are going to match up. It will happen, and then you'll see, okay, so that's what happens when I change my intentions, and I start, that's what I'm looking for when I walk in every day, right? So it's like, okay, after that giant $4,800 loss at the top, right? I was like, oh man, like my payout, like I'm not gonna hit 20K, whatever. I said, okay, no, let me realign myself. Let me create this journal. Let me go back a couple days. Okay, let's try this out, right? Because before I was just marking green and red and just typing in my journal. I said, let me also create a rule column. And then everything just kind of started to align itself. And then for that next like 2 weeks or whatever, three and a half weeks, however many days it was for October, it was every day was just, it was green because I was coming in and except for that one day or those two yellowish kind of days, I was like looking for something that wasn't there. I mean, it just all came to like alignment. Had the epiphany yesterday. I had a red day and wasn't mad at all. First time in a long time. Made me realize 95. Present time, I'm red. I'm pissed because I broke the rules. Not actually the probabilities playing out. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yes, couldn't have said it better. Cannot state that any better. You're not mad because you're losing. You're mad because you're breaking your rules and you think it's because you're losing.
And if that's the case, if you're mad that you broke your rules,
That's good.
that means that's good. That means you're walking in with the intention of I want to stick to my rule slate. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good that that's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. And
That's
also, like,
awesome.
I can always see, like, I can tell that the people here, like everyone in this Discord, I can say this with some analytics. The people who are here genuinely care about their growth because the people who aren't tend to leave after the losing trades. They tend to like leave the Discord and churn quite quickly. Do you guys notice that like there's a group of people in here? You'll see the same people in here day after day, week after week, month after month who just commit to getting better, right? You'll see, like, I hope you look at the names here, look at the people you're learning with. These people are gonna be your like colleagues. They're gonna be people who you form friendships with if you decide to stay in the community, obviously. Like, these people are here to learn, and you guys are all here eventually looking for the same result. And this is how you get that result, is you prioritize the things that are going to be beneficial for you. And you guys are all here still. You're still here after you lose trades. You're still here after losing weeks, losing months, blown accounts. You're still here. You're still showing up, right? That says a lot about where you're going to be in a year's time. You just got to give it the time. And you got to actually like take heed to, the learnings, right? I know lots of you guys here personally, and like I know lots of you guys have blown accounts, and it's not your first rodeo, and you've heard me say this before, but the fact that you still show up, you're still here every day, you're still trying to learn, I'm telling you it'll pay off. You just have to give it the time, right? Because you guys are doing all the right things. And I know there's no worse feeling than breaking your rules, blowing your accounts, and saying, fuck, I have to restart all over again. I feel like I'm in a never-ending loop. You have to make just some change, because nothing will change if nothing changes. And that's why I'm here with you doing this, right? Like, okay, nice. Anyways, very good trade today. I'm glad that we were able to catch that distribution into sell side. That's my TED talk. That's my rant.
Absolutely was annoying, but I know it wasn't me. Just how price action is right now. I know better days to come, but navigating through this PA, how do you even recommend it? This is also my first election year, like actually trading. Like I was trading before, like trading. I was just really just slamming. You know how it is, full degeneracy, full port options. Those GameStop days, like that was the last time I traded. But like, again, like basically everything we said, just again, right? Just a data point in a long-term run, like it'll play out. Manage your risk. The name of the game is risk management, because like, and that's the hardest thing to do. All of Apex's new rules are now centered around who can manage their risk the best. If you can't manage your risk, they're not going to give you a payout. They're just going to deny you. You're going to blow the account. So all of their new rules, they said, okay, you want DCA, we'll give you DCA back. But now they're just making it so it's like you're only gonna get a payout if you can really manage risk. Like, can you really manage risk? Yeah, that is a very nice Notion journal.
That is beautiful. Yeah. Anyways, I have one runner left on options, one runner left on feuds, and then I'm good. I don't even know. I'm just holding to like a stop out at this point in time. Like it's just one contract, break even on my stop. See if we want to just like have a classic sell day. This is my draw on liquidity, right? So anything past here is just butter. If we want to go lower, great. If we don't, great. Doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. I'm out.
I'm out
You
as
guys are
well.
gonna- yeah.
Good class.
See you guys tomorrow, okay?